Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carter loses it over Steffy, but Will and Electra pass the chem test. According to Wednesday, October 23 teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester will finally give Ivy and Electra Forrester an opportunity to present the jewelry line they have been developing. Since Carter Walton is all about expansion plans, he believes this might help take Forrester Creations to the next level. Although Steffy would rather be cautious, she will at least consent to view Ivy and Electra's work. Steffy is unquestionably a gifted jewelry designer, even in spite of her problems with Ivy. Additionally, now that she is an adult and works with her aunt, Steffy obviously has a warm place for Electra Forrester. Steffy will thus examine Ivy and Electra's plans, but Carter will be irritated by her response. Steffy will probably pretend as though the line isn't appropriate for Forrester Creations or possibly gripe about how simple the designs are. Without giving it much thought, Steffy might guess that the jewelry line won't sell well and decide to pass on it. In any case, once Steffy critiques what Ivy and Electra have developed, Carter will become enraged. It will appear that Steffy isn't keeping an open mind at all from Carter's vantage point. Following his alleged outburst at Steffy, Carter will vent to Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and provide her with updates on the entire circumstance. Carter will complain that Steffy is unmanageable and that her personal grievances are interfering with productive business dealings. However, Wednesday's B&B show will also feature some enjoyable moments. Will Spencer will unexpectedly run into Electra, bumping into her and apologizing for not paying attention to his direction. They will exchange introductions after Will ensures Electra is alright and assists her in retrieving what she has dropped. It appears that Will and Electra will both be interested in learning more about one another because their chemistry will be evident from the start. We'll keep you updated on their developing relationship and any complex developments as Will and Electra's romance is revealed by spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Death or life? Ivy had better keep an eye on her return, as Bold and Beautiful just reminded us. If past events are any guide, Ivy will not waste any time in pursuing Liam now that she is back in Los Angeles on The Bold and the Beautiful. In the past, that would have made us extremely worried about her safety, but now we're optimistic that things might work out differently. But then again, Steffy wasn't exactly warm and inviting when Carter sprang her cousin on her. Steffy informed her COO that she had long-standing problems with her cousin and that she does not trust her. You may read today's Bold and Beautiful recap to see what transpired. And it could be the year's biggest understatement. We're here to remind you that this is much more complicated than Steffy and Ivy fighting over Liam, for those who doubt it. The rivalry between the cousins did, however, begin when Ivy began dating Liam following the breakup of his relationship with Hope some 10 years prior. When Steffy noticed that her own feelings for Liam were returning, she made a fleeting attempt to woo him, but Ivy told her to stop it. The situation worsened when Liam's feelings for Steffy were resurfacing and Ivy persuaded him to wed her in order to avoid deportation. Since it was merely a legal marriage, Ivy took the high route and let her husband go, hoping they would reconcile, after discovering she didn't really need it to remain in the country. They didn't. Indeed, Liam left her for Steffy at the most inconvenient moment possible. At about the same time, Ivy had made friends with Allie, Thorne's unstable daughter, who was becoming more and more unpredictable. Ivy hurried off to find her buddy after noticing some very concerning signals, such as how much she detested Steffy. She discovered Allie fighting with Ridge's kid by the side of the road. Ivy got there just in time to capture what appeared to be Steffy using a tire iron to bash the redhead to death after Allie had attacked her. Ivy believed her friend/cousin was killed, while Steffy insisted that Ollie's death was an accident. And since Liam waited to leave Ivy for Steffy during Ollie's funeral, that's where his abandonment of her comes in. Ivy was pushed over the brink by that, using the incriminating footage to coerce Steffy into becoming the new face of Forrester. However, Ivy eventually removed the video and admitted that Allie wasn't killed. However, that serenity was short-lived, as Steffy later discovered her adversary kissing Thomas while dating Wyatt. A series of battles and another feud ensued as a result of the ensuing tattle-tailing, which sent Ivy flying into a live electrical panel before falling and injuring her skull. Oh, and during another argument with Steffy, she fell down a flight of stairs and suffered a concussion. It wasn't shocking when the accident-prone Australian declared a truce with Steffy because, I suppose, there's a limit to how many hits you can take before declaring war. She even went so far as to act tour guide when they got married in Australia and support their eventual reunion. However, that does not imply that the cousins get along well or even like one another very well. Steffy couldn't contain her catty remarks when Ivy last paid a brief visit to try to get Liam to notice her. However, if they do wind up fighting over Liam once more, hopefully this time it won't lead to a series of near-death experiences. We also don't want Ivy to die as Allie did in a fight with Steffy. Ivy shocks, Steffy is perplexed, and Brooke makes a vow. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B recap for Tuesday, October 22 shows Steffy Forrester is confused while Brooke and Hope Logan catch up. Sheila Sharp and Deacon speak as Will Spencer is greeted at Forrester Creations. Recap of The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke and Hope reconnect. In the design office, Hope is engrossed in her thoughts and smiles as she remembers how Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, used to compliment her. Her mother walks in and remarks that she hasn't seen Hope smile at work in a long time. They talk about the tremendous pressure Hope is under. After Brooke admits to Deacon that she has told him everything, the two women discuss how great it is to have Carter's enthusiastic support. Brooke gives comfort. She admired Liam Spencer's superb job on the commercial he made for her and expressed her hope that they would do everything in their power to preserve the line. She exhorts her daughter to focus on her goal and work with her group. When Will shows up with the mail, they welcome him into the group and say how happy they are to have more Logan family members around. Hope pauses to express her worries about the severe familial divisions in the workplace, hoping Will just enjoy his time and stay out of the resulting arguments. When they ask Will how Bill Spencer responded, he politely responds that his father encouraged him to choose a profession with such attractive coworkers. Katie Logan will do all in her power to keep her kid out of trouble. The Bold and the Beautiful recap, flummoxed by Steffy Forrester. When Steffy questions Carter about his strong support for Hope for the future in the office, she finds it perplexing. In fact, she's completely perplexed and claims that it's losing money. He argues that this line is a money spinner and essential for reaching younger people, which will ultimately improve the couture brand's future. Steffy appears perplexed and unable to comprehend his passion as he goes into detail about why it's imperative to remain dedicated, which is completely out of character for him. She responds that they are unable to invest as much in each line as they were in the Brooks bedroom collection. Carter changes the subject to mergers and acquisitions and says he has set up a meeting so they can talk further. B&B recap, Ivy Forrester's arrival startles and surprises. Ivy Forrester enters through the open door. Steffy, who is obviously uneasy and feels taken by surprise, pauses to take in the circumstances. Carter assures her that Ivy is still designing jewelry and that the company may benefit greatly from her return. Although Steffy is obviously irritated, reminding him of her long-standing problems with Ivy, Ivy doesn't need an office, she only wants an opportunity to contribute. For her, Forrester feels like home. Carter responds that they are private issues, but Ivy is adamant that she will not let them get in the way of business. She has already developed her own fan base and is rumored to be able to fill Quinn Forrester's shoes. Family reunion, a recap of The Bold and the Beautiful. Steffy brings in Electra Forrester to announce that she has a partner. They embrace, and Steffy is glad to see her. Electra was much younger when they last met, and Ivy says she hopes their past won't stand in the way of a fantastic opportunity. Steffy feels overpowered as they discuss possibilities. She offers her condolences on the loss of John Forrester and notes that Electra's work is excellent. Steffy remembers doing the same for her grandma, and Electra reveals that she has always liked Steffy and even wrote a report about her. Ivy highlights how they have both evolved and developed, and Carter urges Steffy to back Ivy's line, saying it might be a big step toward realizing their goals. While having a break and joking around, Deacon and Sheila are at Il Giardino. Sheila reveals that Brooke came to visit, but Deacon remains silent. He admits that Brooke came to talk about Hope and remarks that Sheila is a little frightening, which he finds kind of sexy. Deacon becomes reflective as he looks at the pictures of Paul Hollister and Tom Starr on the wall during his break. He returns to discussing his daughter with Sheila. Sheila understands that Steffy thrives on resentment and fury, and she is attempting to shut down her connection. If Brooke felt the need to come to him, Deacon knows that things are serious. Sheila thinks Brooke will do everything in her power to keep Hope safe. Carter rages, Ivy blocked, and Electra's chemistry. Here are the spoilers for Wednesday, October 23, 2024's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans may anticipate exciting chemistry between Will Spencer and Electra Forrester in tomorrow's show. Emergence of the Brave and the Lovely. Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, is pushed over the edge by Steffy Forrester Finnegan in the meanwhile. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. Electra Forrester will make her big debut on The Bold and the Beautiful, according to spoilers for Wednesday, October 23. Linnea clarified in an interview with Soap Opera Digest that her character is motivated and aware of her goals in life. In addition, Electra is very thrilled to be traveling to Los Angeles with her Aunt Ivy in order to advance their jewelry line. There will be further connections even though Electra and Ivy are in town to talk to Steffy about their jewelry brand. Will Spencer's chemistry in B&B spoilers. Electra and Will actually run into one another on Wednesday, October 23. In the Forrester Creations front lobby, Will runs into Electra in a weekly preview clip. I believe it actually makes Electra drop a couple of papers, if my memory is correct. Will undoubtedly apologize and assist Electra in retrieving her misplaced belongings. However, Will and Electra both freeze when their eyes lock. Will and Electra's undeniable chemistry is hinted at. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Ivy Forrester blocked. Ivy and Electra will be in Los Angeles to speak with Steffy, according to Wednesday, October 23. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Carter asked Ivy and Electra to discuss their jewelry line with Steffy. But Steffy's response drives Carter over the edge. Read more. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Has Steffy been undermining Hope all this time? It appears that Carter raised Electra and Ivy's expectations by inviting them to Los Angeles. Carter has already urged Steffy to invest resources and money in a line that isn't working well. Carter is now taking the initiative to ask certain designers to provide Steffy with their ideas. Steffy might not have any more wiggle room with all the money and resources she has committed to Hope Logan's fashion brand, particularly for another line. Steffy will want to address Carter's overreach more than anything else. Ivy is hinted as taking the rejection to John McCook's character, Eric Forrester. Will Ivy have any luck, or will Eric intervene on her behalf? Keep an eye out for what appears to be a major upheaval at Forrester Creations.